Good morning, children. So last class we have seen about the importance of pH. So I hope that you all understand about that. So today we are going to see about our next topic, that is salt. Okay, so we are going to see more about salt. So salt, we know how it is formed. During the reaction of acid with base, it forms salt and water. We already studied in neutralization reaction, that is when acid react with base, it forms what? Salt and water. Okay, today first we are going to see about family of salt. Okay, so first we can see sulfate family. Sulfate family means if the salt contains sulfate group, then it belongs to the sulfate family. Okay, so if the salt contains sulfate group, then it belongs to the sulfate family. So example for sulfate family: potassium sulfate, sodium sulfate, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate, copper sulfate. Okay, so the salt which belongs to the which contains chloride group, okay, which contains chloride group, that is called as chloride family. So salt which contains chloride group is called as what? Chloride family. Example for chloride family: sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, copper chloride, aluminum chloride. Okay, so the salt which contains nitrate group, it is called as nitrate family. So copper nitrate, aluminum nitrate, sodium nitrate, silver nitrate. Okay, so these are nitrate family. Then carbonate family. So the salt which contains carbonate group is called as what? Carbonate family. That is sodium carbonate, calcium carbonate, copper carbonate, zinc carbonate. Okay, so this is about family of salt. Now we are going to see about pH of salt. Okay, then so the salt of strong acid and strong base, that means if the salt has strong acid and strong base, then the pH of the salt will be neutral pH. So we know that what is the neutral value of pH? That is 7. Okay, so the strong acid and strong bases have the neutral pH of 7. Okay, now we can see the salt of strong acid. So strong acid, we know that it is having the acidic property. Yes, so the pH value will be what? 0 to 5.9, that is acidic. Okay, so salt of strong acid and weak base, it will be an acidic in nature, and salt of strong base and weak acid, they are basic in nature. Understood? This is about pH of salt. Now we can see some chemicals we can obtain from the common salt. So what is the common salt? Common salt means the sodium chloride. Yes, so sodium chloride is the common salt which we are using for cooking process. Yes, so how sodium chloride is prepared? Sodium chloride preparation we already studied. When hydrochloric acid react with the sodium hydroxide, it forms sodium chloride, isn't it? So we studied in neutralization reaction. Are you remembering? So sodium hydroxide, when it is reacting with the acid, hydrochloric acid, it forms what? Sodium chloride and water. So sodium chloride is a common salt, it is a neutral salt. Okay, so the pH of the sodium chloride is 7 and is used in food for cooking purpose. So seawater also contain many salt, and sodium chloride is separated from these salt. Okay, and we can find deposits of solid salt on the rocks also. So these salt contains what? Many impurities. Okay, so the salt which is deposited on the rock, it will appear as brown due to the impurities present in the salt, and the such rocks are called as rock salt. Okay, and we can use the common salt, that is sodium chloride, as a raw material for the preparation of many chemicals. So now we are going to see how the sodium chloride, that is common salt, can be used as a raw material for chemicals. So first we can see in the preparation of sodium hydroxide we are using sodium chloride. Okay, So this is the apparatus which is used for the preparation of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so how it will happen? So this process, the preparation of sodium hydroxide, is called as chloroalkali process. Okay, so what is the process by which we can prepare sodium hydroxide? Chloroalkali process. Okay, so what is meant by chloroalkali process? When electricity is passed through the sodium chloride, so sodium chloride mixed with the water, that means sodium chloride, you know, common salt, isn't it? So sodium chloride, when it is mixed with the water, it forms a solution that is called brine solution. Okay, so sodium chloride in solution form we will call as what? Brine. Okay, so when electricity is passed through the brine solution, that means sodium chloride solution, it decomposes to form sodium hydroxide, and chlorine and hydrogen. Okay, so when electricity is passed through sodium chloride, it decomposes to form sodium hydroxide and chlorine and hydrogen. Okay, such process is called what? Chloroalkali process. In this, here you can see the equation, that is sodium chloride. What is the molecular formula for sodium chloride? NaCl. When it is reacting with water, H2O, that is brine solution. Yes, so it forms NaOH, sodium hydroxide, plus Cl2, chlorine, plus hydrogen, H2. Understood? So the three products which is produced during this process are useful. Okay, you can see in the diagram. So the chlorine gas which is liberated during this process, it is used for water treatment in swimming pools, and it is also used as prepare raw material for PVC. PVC means, you know, no, polyvinyl chloride. That means we will use for making pipes. Then it is also used as the disinfectants, and it is also mixed with the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon, which is used in refrigerators. Then it is also used as the pesticides. Okay, chlorine also used as a pesticides. And here you can see the hydrogen which is liberated during this process. It is useful as fuels. Then margarine. Then it is also added with the ammonia as a fertilizer. Understood, children? So now the sodium hydroxide which is formed during this process, it is used as a degreasing metal. Degreasing metal means removing the grease from the metal. Then it is also used for the preparation of soap and soap detergents, then paper making, and it is also used for making artificial fibers. Understood, children? So this is about chloroalkali process. So not only that, the chlorine gas will be given at the cathode. Chlorine gas will be given off at the anode. So here you can see anode. So chlorine gas will be given at the anode, and hydrogen gas will be given at the cathode. Okay, here chlorine gas will be given at the anode, and hydrogen gas will be given at the cathode, and sodium hydroxide solution will be formed near the cathode. Okay, it will be formed near the cathode. And so the three products which is formed during the preparation of the sodium hydroxide or chloroalkali process is very useful. What are the three products formed during chloroalkali process? Sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen. Okay, so when sodium chloride react with water and when we are passing electricity, it decomposed into sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen. So this is very important process which will often ask for you for question. Okay, which will be often asked in your exams. Now bleaching powder. So what is meant by bleaching powder? So it is also one of the chemical which we are extracting, which we are getting from the sodium chloride. Okay, so the other name of bleaching powder is calcium oxychloride. The chemical formula of bleaching powder is CaOCl2. Okay, and how it is prepared? So we know that during chloroalkali process, chlorine gas is liberated. Yes, so that chlorine gas is used for this preparation. Okay, the chlorine gas which are liberated during chloroalkali chloroalkali process is used. Okay, so how we will prepare now? So calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. What is the other name of calcium hydroxide? Slaked lime. Yes. So calcium hydroxide, when it is passed with chlorine, okay, by passing chlorine gas over calcium hydroxide, it forms calcium oxychloride, that is CaOCl2 plus water. Understood, children? So how we will prepare bleaching powder? Calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime, it will mix with chlorine and forms what? Calcium oxychloride, that is bleaching powder. Okay, then what is the properties of this bleaching powder? So you know the color of bleaching powder is white and it will give strong smell of chlorine. Okay, and it is soluble in cold water. So what are the uses of bleaching powder? So bleaching powder is used for bleaching cotton and linen clothes in the textile industry. It is also used for bleaching wood pulp in paper factories. It is also used for bleaching washed clothes in laundries. Okay, and we can use this bleaching powder as a oxidizing agent. So what is meant by oxidizing agent? Which will remove the oxygen during the reaction in the chemicals. Yes. So oxidizing, bleaching powder can be used as an oxidizing agent in many chemical industries. Then it is also used as a disinfectant. Okay, so it will be used for disinfecting drinking water to make it free from the germs. So now we are moving to next chemical which we can prepare from the sodium chloride, that is baking soda. Okay, so baking soda chemical name is sodium hydrogen carbonate, and one more name is there, sodium bicarbonate. Okay, so what is the chemical name of baking soda? Sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. Okay, so its molecular formula, its chemical formula is NaHCO3. NaHCO3. So what is the use of baking soda? You know, baking soda we can use commonly in kitchen for making pakodas, crispy pakodas. Okay, so one time there is a question, what is the raw material which we are using for making pakodas? So what is the answer? Baking soda. Okay, so baking soda is used in the kitchen for making tasty crispy pakodas, and sometimes we can use it for the faster cooking. Okay, and how it is produced we can see now. Preparation of baking soda. So sodium chloride mixed with water, carbon dioxide and ammonia, it forms sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride. So you can see the equation. NaCl means sodium chloride mixed with water, H2O, carbon dioxide, CO2 and ammonia, NH3, it forms sodium hydrogen carbonate, that is NaHCO3. That is what? Baking soda, and ammonium chloride, NH4Cl. Okay, then what is the properties of baking soda? So sodium bicarbonate, the color of sodium bicarbonate or baking soda is, you know, white crystalline solid, and the pH of sodium bicarbonate is greater than 7, so it is base, okay, alkaline in nature, and it is non-corrosive. Then now we can see action of sodium hydrogen carbonate. We know that it is used for cooking purposes. So when sodium hydrogen carbonate, NaHCO3, is heated, it will form sodium carbonate, Na2CO3 plus carbon dioxide and water. Now uses of baking soda. So what are the uses of baking soda? So for making baking powder. So baking powder means which we are normally using for baking the bread and all. Yes? So how we will prepare baking powder? So baking powder, it is the mixture of baking soda, sodium hydrogen carbonate and tartaric acid. Okay. So when baking powder is heated or mixed in water, it forms carbon dioxide, water water and sodium salt of acid. So the carbon dioxide produced during this reaction which will cause the bread or cake to rise, making them soft and spongy. Understood, children? So how the bread or cake will be softened by the baking powder? When baking powder is heated or mixed with water, it forms carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide will make the bread or cake to rise, making them soft and spongy. Understood? Then sodium hydrogen carbonate is used as an antacid. What is meant by antacid? The substance which will act against the acidity. Yes, so antacids which we will use when we are having the acidity. Okay, so baking soda we can use for as an antacid. That means we can use for the treatment of acidity also. So it is also used in soda acid fire extinguishers. In fire extinguishers also we can use the baking soda. Now we are moving to next chemical which is prepared from the sodium chloride, that is washing soda. Okay, so what is the molecular formula for the washing soda? Na2CO3 dot 10H2O. Okay, so sodium carbonate dehydrate in crystalline form the 10 molecules of water. Okay, that is the molecular formula, Na2CO3 dot 10 molecules of water. Okay, so how we will prepare the washing soda? So sodium carbonate preparation is also known as Solvay process. Okay, we can also call it a Solvay process, or it is also known as ammonia soda process. It is also known as ammonia soda process. Okay, so now we can see the preparation of washing soda. So sodium chloride, when it is mixed with water, carbon dioxide and ammonia, it forms first what? Sodium hydrogen carbonate. Already we know it is a baking soda. Yes, so with the ammonium chloride, and when we are heating this NaHCO3, that means sodium hydrogen carbonate, it will forms again sodium carbonate, that is Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Okay, that means sodium carbonate, water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, so I didn't wrote the equation here in this slide. Again, these sodium carbonate react with water, that means 10 molecules of water. Okay, 10 molecules of water, it forms Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, that is washing soda. Okay, once again I will repeat, Na2CO3 plus 10H2O gives what? Na2CO3 dot 10H2O, that is washing soda. Understood, children? So now we can see the uses of washing soda. So washing soda is used in making soaps, washing powder. It is also used in paper and glass factory. It is also used as a cleansing agent for domestic purpose. Okay, so for making soaps, washing powder, it is used in paper and glass factory. It is used as a cleansing agent for domestic purpose. It is used for the preparation of sodium hydroxide, borax, sodium silicate, sodium phosphate, such chemicals. Then it is also used for the manufacture of paints. It is used for removing the permanent hardness of water. So these are the uses of washing soda. Understood, children? So are the crystals of salt really dry? So now we are going to see the crystals of the salt will be really dry, or by seeing the activity. Okay, by seeing one activity we can see about that. Okay, so now here you can see heat a few crystals. So copper sulfate, you know, copper sulfate is a salt. It is available in the crystalline form. Okay, so what is the color of copper sulfate? You know, blue color. Okay, so heat a few crystals of copper sulfate when we in a dry boiling tube. Okay, in a dry boiling tube you have to heat the copper sulfate. These copper sulfate while heating it changes into what? No, white color. It will changes into white color. Okay, then what you have to do? No, you have to add again 2 to 3 drops of water on the copper sulfate. That time what will happen? No, again the crystals will be moistened, and again it get converted into what? crystals. Okay, so when we are heating it, it's the salt will turn into white color because the water present in the copper sulfate will be removed, and if you are adding 2 to 3 drops of water, the crystals again with water, the blue color will reappear. Okay, this is called crystallization of salt. Understood, children? So when we are heating it, the water will be removed and the salt turns to white, and when we are again adding the water, the crystals will get moistened and the blue color will reappear. So this is called what? Crystallization of salt. So water of crystallization means what? So now we are going to see the water of crystallization. So water of crystallization means nothing. We are adding a fixed number of water molecules, crystals water molecules present in one formula unit of salt. That is called water of crystallization. So it is what is meant by water of crystallization? Fixed number of water molecules present in one formula unit of salt. Now we can see example for water of crystallization. So example for water of crystallization is hydrated calcium sulfate. Okay, hydrated calcium sulfate, CaSO4 5H2O. Okay, that is hydrated hydrated calcium sulfate. So hydrated calcium sulfate, here you can see 5 water molecules are present in one formula unit of, sorry, here one mistake is there, CaSO4 not CuSO4. Okay, hydrated copper sulfate. Okay, hydrated copper sulfate, correct it, children, CuSO4. Okay, so 5 water molecules are present in one formula unit of copper sulfate. That is called water of crystallization. Okay, so 5 molecules of water mixed with what? One formula unit mass of copper sulfate. It forms CuSO4 dot 5H2O. One more example we can see, that is gypsum. Okay, so what is the molecular formula of gypsum? You know, CaSO4 dot 2H2O. That means CaSO4 dot 2H2O means what? Gypsum. Okay, so gypsum means it is formed with the 2 molecules of water which is present in the one formula unit of calcium sulfate. That is gypsum, CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Now we can see the preparation of plaster of Paris. So the chemical name of the plaster of Paris is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. So what is the chemical name of plaster of Paris? Calcium sulfate hemihydrate. So it is called as plaster of Paris because it is obtained from the salt gypsum. Okay, already I told the molecular formula in last slide, that is CaSO4 dot 2H2O. So it is obtained, so this plaster of Paris is obtained from gypsum, which is mainly found in Paris. Okay, so the name is plaster of Paris. Okay, so how it will be prepared? It is obtained by heating gypsum. We have to heat gypsum, CaSO4 dot 2H2O at temperature of 373 Kelvin. It will form plaster of Paris, that is CaSO4 dot half H2O. That means it will remove the 3/2 water molecule from the gypsum when we are heating it. Okay, so CaSO4 dot H2O, sorry, dot half H2O, that is plaster of Paris. Okay, so this is very important preparation. So how we can prepare plaster of Paris? Plaster of Paris is obtained by heating gypsum. Okay, so already we studied water of crystallization. When we are heating the crystals of salt, it will remove the water molecule. Yes, the same thing happening here also. When we are heating gypsum, it will lose the 3/2 water molecule and forms what? Plaster of Paris, CaSO4 dot half H2O. Understood, children? Now we are going to see this plaster of Paris. When again if you are adding 3/2 water, it can be converted into gypsum. Okay, so plaster of Paris, when we are adding 3/2 water molecule, again it can be converted into gypsum, that is CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Then what is the uses of plaster of Paris? So plaster of Paris, it is used by the doctors as a plaster for supporting fractured bone in the right position. So here you can see it is used in the surgical bandages for plastering broken or fractured bones. It is also used by the dentist. It is used for molding the pottery and ceramics and statues. So in Ganesha festival we used to dissolve after 40 days the statue. As the statue is prepared with the help of what? Plaster of Paris. Okay, so only we can easily dissolve it in water. Understood, children? So plaster of Paris is used for molds or for pottery, ceramics and statues and bust. Then it is also used in surgical bandages for plastering broken and fractured bones. It is also used by the dentist. Understood, children? I hope that you all understood about chapter 2 lesson. So I have completed this lesson. If you have any doubt, you can ask, children. So children, don't hesitate it. Listen the class properly and understand it. If you have any doubt, you can ask, and I will send notes also in WhatsApp. Just you start to read the notes. Understood, children? Don't waste your time. This was precious time you got in your holidays. Means don't spend your time lavishly. Just utilize it properly. Start to read chapter 1, chapter 2. I will send notes in WhatsApp. Okay, children? Okay. Thank you, children.